This is a demo of another new web tool. So as ever, we're on firmware.ardupilot.org/tools or web tools. For the moment, this is under the work in progress tools at the bottom here. And it's this geofence generator. So I'll just open it up here. And you'll see we get a map, which is loading slightly slowly. And there's a few tool tips things. So what this does is it uses OpenStreetMap's Overpass API to extract features from maps and then create geofences. So far, this only does lakes. So if you're doing boats, obviously it's useful. But in the future, we could potentially do other areas. So for example, I'm just going to do a search here. So I thought I would show the big lake in Canberra, which is where we've tested some boats during the dev conference last year. So here I am in Canberra. First of all, I'll show you, if I zoom out a long way, you'll see the search button is grayed out. So you have to zoom in before it enables the search button, just because we don't want to, request a whole hemisphere's worth of data. So I've zoomed in on the bit I want. So we want this lake here. So I'm just going to click search. It takes a little while because it has to make an API request and get the result. And there we go. So now we've got polygons here on the map for all of these lakes, and there's hundreds of them. But we wanted this big lake here. So if I click it, it tells us the name, Burley Griffin, the points. So this polygon is made up of 1,835 points, and there's a download button. So I can hit download, and it downloads it for me. You'll see I've been practicing a little bit. So now let's come over to Mission Planner. I'm going to go into Plan. We're going to make sure we're on Fence. I'm going to load that file that I have just downloaded, and you'll see it's loaded in here. So that's our fence. So the tool has taken that huge number of points and simplified the fence down. You'll see if there's a sort of circular feature, it's put in a circular exclusion zone. For these islands, we've got just a polygon exclusion zone. And you'll see, because it's such a big lake, you'll see it's not great sort of resolution, because we've got to simplify it down to 250 points, and is what I've set it to. So obviously the simpler it gets, the less resolution there is. So you can see, we're not doing a perfect job here. So that brings me on to the next feature, which is this crop button. So I can do a crop, and you'll see it adds this polygon here, which you can grab and move about. So let's say we just wanted this corner down here for our testing. So we can bring the polygon in to just that bit. And maybe I want a bit of a curve here, something. That's so I might only be allowed on one bit of a lake or whatever. So you can do a crop like that, and now we'll click again and download. You'll see straight away it's many fewer points, only 400. And then we'll come back over to Mission Planner, and we'll load in the new version, and you'll see we've got our crop in here, and because it's a much smaller lake now, effectively, we get much higher resolution. So you can see we've nicely got the curve here on this sort of islandy bit. So then you can load this onto your rover, and it will stop you from bumping into the sides or going outside of the bit you're allowed in, or whatever. Of course, this is reliant on OpenStreetMap being fairly accurate, which it does seem to be based on these sort of satellite views. But it might be still a good idea to have some margin in there for your vehicle. And of course, if you've got if you want to take your boat in and out, right, you might want to sort of do this, right? So that the launch point is actually inside the fence, because you can of course edit these manually once you've loaded them into Mission Planner. So yeah, that's the new Geofence Generator tool. So far, only lakes, but maybe other things in the future. Thanks.